Hello everyone, today we're going to present an enhanced robot localization using NeRF called Loc-NeRF++. We're first going to introduce NeRF, Monte Carlo localization, and original paper Loc-NeRF. Then we discuss the method we use, the result we obtain, and the future work. NeRF as neural radiance field is an advanced hot topic in the field of deep learning. They are fully connected neural networks trained using a collection of monocular images to approximate functions taking 3D positions as input and returning RGB values and view density as output. They can also be used in conjunction with ray tracing algorithm to synthesize novel views. Now, a question raised, can we leverage advances in NeRF to solve localization tasks for robotics? The picture on the top is rendered 3D model using NeRF, and the bottom is the process of updating particles during the Monte Carlo localization. The demo on the right is presented by Loc-NeRF, which a real robot using NeRF to update its particle during its real-time localization. It first needs to collect images and IMU data for training the environment. Then NeRF can help estimate the camera pose by performing local optimization during driving. In addition, with the particle filter algorithm, poor and no initial pose estimation is needed. Now let's see how particle filter works in the Loc-NeRF. Same as other particle filter algorithms, it initializes hundreds of particles and uses motion and Gaussian noise for the prediction step. During the update step, Loc-NeRF updates particles weights by comparing randomly sampled pixel intensities between the predicted images and the ground truth image for each pixel particle. Then using resampling to discard the less likely hypothesis and focusing on particles with higher weights. Loc-NeRF also introduces a particle nailing step to reduce the prediction noise and number of particles when the spread falls below the given threshold. The step aims to increase the efficiency and accuracy of the algorithm. Our motivation of extension is from future work presented by Loc-NeRF. First, we will introduce KLD sampling as an adaptive technique to adjust number of particles. For the second future work described by Loc-NeRF, we tested localization to a large-scale outdoor dataset called OMO dataset.
The right diagram shows the whole localization process and the NeRF rendered images. In the beginning of localization, we have a large number of particles and occur as initial pose estimation, resulting in a bad rendered image. However, as the localization goes on, the particle number will decrease because of the preciser pose estimation, resulting in a better rendered image. For the adaptive particle filter, as mentioned before, we refer to KLD sampling method, a statistical technology based on KL divergence, measuring the distance between two different distributions. Intuitively speaking, the KLD sampling method will choose a small number of samples if the density focuses on a small part of the state space, while choose a large number of samples if the state uncertainty is high. This method is able to control the particle sample size adaptively, which could improve the computational efficiency. This page describes the KLD sampling algorithm in detail. We will enter a do-while loop to sample particles one by one until the sample size exceeds the expression in the red block. The end of sampling process means that the KL distance between the generated distribution and the true distribution is less than a chosen bound value epsilon, with a probability of 1 minus delta. For our experiments, we choose a epsilon value to be 0.05 and the probability to be around 85%. We use ROS to run our experiments and RBs to visualize our localization results. As shown in this video, as the time goes on, the particle number will decrease rapidly and finally converges to the ground truth pose. The right top picture depicts the NeRF rendered image on the initial pose computed by the weighted average of all the particles, while the right bottom one depicts the rendered image on the final pose. We further generate some quantitative results, including the position error curve, rotation error curve, and the particle number curve, and also compare with the original Loc-NeRF. We find that our algorithm is able to achieve similar localization performance with an adaptive sample size. We believe that our algorithm can perform better in the tracking problem, which is more demanding on particle number and the computational efficiency. We also extend our method to other indoor scenes, such as tracks and flower. We first trained NeRF models and then use these pre-trained ways to do localization. By comparing the rendered image and the ground truth image, we find that the final localization pose is approximating the true camera pose. Other than indoor scenes, localization in outdoor environments is also an interesting topic. We choose a new NeRF dataset, OMO dataset, to perform our localization algorithm. However, limited by our computation resources, we are not able to train an excellent NeRF model. So this time, the Loc-NeRF plus render the image looks bad relative to the ground truth image.
For future work, we want to implement the Loc-NeRF++ to the post-estimation step in NeRF navigation. We merge it with the path planning, MPC controller, and trajectory optimization parts presented by NeRF navigation on synthetic scenes. The final goal is to collect the real robot IMU data and camera images for training and check its robustness on pure vision real-world robot SLAM and planning. Thank you everyone for listening. Now, do you have any questions?